mga katalyo, and it's me. I'm Neil Patric Salada, and I'm from the Senior Santo Niño Parish, Kinakot, and I'm 26 years old, and I'm a fourth year theology seminarian of San Jose Seminary in Ateneo de Manila University in Manila. So I think that's all for the introduction, and the first question that is asked here is, what was my position before as a servant leader? I was already, wala ko ni Agi og pagka siguro mingon wala ko ni Agi sa ubos sa direksyon, no? I was already appointed. I was appointed by my parish priest then, Father Paulito Amplayo, as the parish youth ministry moderator. So wala ko ni Agi vice, wala ko ni Agi og pagka-member, but I became moderator at an early age, at the age of 13. I was a second year then. Nahimo kong youth moderator sa amo ang parokya. And siguro, what would this mean to me? It was an early engagement to responsibility. I have a responsibility in our parish, and I have to really be equipped with a lot of things I'm not even ready to handle. Like, for example, facing the crowd, facing a lot of people. And in that particular moment, nga nahimo ko moderator, I imagine things in a very different way, because it's my first time to be a leader, and I don't know how, but God works in mysterious ways that I somehow overcame a lot of struggles, my being a shy person, my stage fright. Siguro mo man ay kasagaran nga problema sa mga kabatanunan or mga youth leaders as of now, that they somehow we cannot really have perfect socialization skills at first, right? So it developed there. So proceed siguro ko sa next question. That would be, how the youth ministry helped me to hear my vocation to priesthood. This would quite be long, because first I started as an ordinary youth church goer. Nga nag-ampor ako nga Lord, tagaay ko uyab before ko mag-graduate sa high school. Lord, siguro maingon ko, at least man lang, no, himo ako nga mas productive nga tao. And I started going to attending kanang Flores de Mayo. It all started there. That Father Paulito Amplayo saw me that I was quite a religious person. And so ningin ko nga, nganong ako man, pero ningin sila nga, kalingam good ka makita nila nga musimba, attend sa First de Mayo. Wala kay baongan, lahi akong tumong. But with that impure motivation before, God works in there. So nikain ko, with that, I simply recognize that as part of my calling. Though impure, but God is telling me something from that moment. And then when I became the moderator, I had to attend a lot of seminars, a lot of modular seminars. The best, siguro not the best, but one of the best would be the Youth Encounter Seminar. And that particular seminar changed everything in me, from just aiming to be a successful gentleman in the future. In that particular seminar, I had a personal encounter with Christ. There was this part sa maong seminar when we are dispersed individually to have that personal dialogue with Christ. And in that particular manga diha sa um, VMCI, dara ko gaatubang naglingkod ko, and I just heard the voice of God telling me to, no, he was calling me, um, by my name, um, Patric, are you hearing me? Kanungog ba ka na ako? Gitawag tika. It was just those words that I heard before during that seminar. And from there, nakaunaw na ako. Kung saan man ako pagtubag sa maong tawag. A lot of confusions na nisud sa akong I was about to cry kay I was imagining and I was recalling my problems before in my family, and gubot I gubot ang family, and from there may go, who will be the one to just pray for my family. From that second level of intention, siguro mo yung second level or second from just muraling ko gikan sa ambition lang na magkauyag, niabot sa punto nga nakain ko kinsa mong po yung ampo para sa akong family. And niyo ko, that would be my gauge nga numusod ko sa seminar. I want to pray for my family. And from there, nagsugod, ni-attend ko daghang seminar, ni-attend ko daghang mga youth days, not just parish youth days, vicariate youth days, diocesan youth days, regional youth days, and I became more as a person. I knew a lot of persons. I became more engaging. Nawala akong pagkamaulhaul nga mga bata sa una sa bataan pa ko. And my parents, my community, my parish saw how I developed as a person until I entered the seminary. So from there, makain ko dako ang naghihimong papel, dako ano yung papel sa youth ministry diya sa akong kinabuhi. Wala lang niya gibago, but there's 360 degrees nga kabaguhan diha sa akong paglantaw sa kinabuhi, akong pag-ila sa Ginoo, ug labaw sa tanan sa akong kaugalingon. And at this time of pandemic, how could I be more, especially in evangelizing? I'm not that kind of person who always evangelizes everyone, yung sangyaw ko, but I'm more into lihok siguro. I would simply say I'm more on simple acts of love. For example, during this time of pandemic, we have to really stay in our houses, on our homes, and so just to keep ourselves healthy and safe from COVID-19. And so I'm following that, and just by following that particular simple task, I can be more loving, and I am already telling others to be also caring to others, and that's the best way we can do as of now. Secondly would be in my parish, I'm always called to really serve at Mass, but not every day, of course. I can't serve every day, but most of the days in a week. So definitely Sundays. And my parish priest, Father Pepe, would ask me also to share during Mass about how my experiences also developed my views and perspectives in life, especially on how I view God, view the persons surrounding me. So mo to siya. So from home sa parish, and lastly for to my community, I'm also engaged sa program ni Father about bayanihan sa Ginakot, and it's more about giving from frontliners to frontliners. I consider the volunteers of this particular program frontliners, and they're giving something to the frontliners. Naghatag mi og snacks para nila, and mo na nga from there nahimo nga sa kini ka activity, and it's ongoing until now. Siguro mapadahin pa siguro unta ni for the next months. And mao to siguro ang akong little ways. That's more of not just about words, but the best way we can tell and we can fortify others about our faith is by our works. And what would be my lastly would be my tip for our talyos? I would say first is, since we are already a generation seeking for truth, I say truth comes only from comes also from sorry truth comes from the best influencer, who is Christ. I would say this generation always seeks for what is unsa man tinuod, unsa man jud gusto, unsa man jud tinuod nga istorya, unsa man jud ang tinuod nga nahitabo. And from the social media pa lang, from the social media pa lang, we have a lot of answers that would provide our questions. We bombarded na ta sa tanang mga tubag, but I would say we always must seek truth from God's Word. Gamay na lang ang basa sa Biblia, gamay na lang pakli sa Biblia, and some would say, di naman applicable karong panahon na. I would say, what happened before, 2,000 years ago, is still happening until now. Pandemic, there's a pandemic before, there's a plague before, and what did the people before did? They journey as one. They journey as God's people. And now we are also called, Talyos, we are also called to journey as one. To journey as one. And to really seek God's truth, or to really seek the truth in God's Word. So, again, try to also, again, read God's Word in the Bible. Second would be inspired by desire. Don't just do things because you wanted to be famous, you wanted to have more power, you wanted to be financially equipped na mahimo ka kwartahan. No? Yes, that's part of being secured and stable as a person or as an individual, but more or less find more meaning on your dealings, on your actions. What is more important during this pandemic time is unsa may meaning sa mga nahitabo diha sa ako, diha sa akong katilimban, diha sa akong pag-engage diha sa community. And again, what I'm saying for akong vocation palang daan, seek for the purest intention. What's your intention of doing that, of doing those things? And you will find out, my God, I'm doing this just for myself. I do sa ako ra din ko galing. But do things because you love them and God is helping you. Don't think na imo ra ni. It's because God is with you. Nainabot sa akong punto sa panahon na ako nga I has achieved a lot of things and still I'm not satisfied. I'm still not contented. And I find out nga ako ra di galihok. And ikapoy ko. There was a time nga ikapoy ko and I don't want to really gain more, to achieve more. But when I discovered nga ikapoy ko because ako ra di isa and I neglect nga naa di Ginoo. And so in all the things that you do, include God na ay Ginoo. And from there, you also inspire others subconsciously and knowingly, because you're doing things because you desire it. Lastly is to pray always to God. You have a lot of relationships nga gi-maintain siguro sa family, sa imong friends. But the best relationship that we should fortify the most is our relationship with God. Mawa na silang tanan, biyaan ka nilang tanan. Ano ba na silang tanan? End of the world na ba? No. God is still there. And you must believe nga naarang gihapon siya kanunay nagtabang kanimo maskin ikaw na lang nag-inusara. So no need to worry kung ikaw lang mag-inusara when you recognize the presence of God. Again, when we pray, dili lang ta maglubod, dili lang sa paglubod, dili lang siguro sa misa. Yes, mass mo na itong the peak of all, may tag-peak sa mga tanang pag-ampo. But I also encourage everyone to see God in our life, in our simple life. Sa Emmaus, we are called to really view our simple life as God's life, Christ's life. That we could also see God in those simple life that we have now. In our homes, not just in the parish, but we also in our homes, in our communities. Na makaingon ta, na-realize lagi na ako nga naay Ginoo. Pero wala ka sa parokya, but nanilig ka, naghatag ka, nakakita ka nga nalipay ang imong gihatagan ng pagkaon, imong gisilbihan sa ministry mo, sa nakatabang ka sa lain. And then you realize, yeah, I'm helping others. And it's not just you letting you realizing it. It's God's grace for you. And now, I'm telling you to also see God in all the things that you do. In all the things that you do. So, nanagiingon sa Ignatian spirituality, contemplative in action. That in everything we do, we are also praying sa ginagmay na itong gibuhat. Like, even siguro we can apply in social media. When we open your Facebook, when you open your applications, is this something that could help the ministry? Is this something that would help me as a person to see God clear in my life? Then ask yourself. Again, we are doing this all for the greater glory of God. And so, Talio, I'm happy that that you invited me to really share my experiences, my thoughts to you, and I'm happy that really what you've become, what you have contributed to our society during this time of pandemic. A lot of youths are really engaged into the parishes nga silang frontliners. You are our frontliners. We are the frontliners of the church, and so we need to really not just to evangelize, but we need also to protect the church from its enemies. And now the worst enemy that the church has is our negligence and indifference. Walay pagpakabana. And so I'm challenging everyone to really see God and to see meaning in all that is happening today. That's all, maybe. That's all. And thank you, and God bless everyone.